The wind. All right, this is Max. What's your last name? Max
Britton.
Britton?
Yes.
Okay. And what are you part of an organization, the Second Amendment organization, or?
I was an original founder of the Apple Valley Tea Party.
Okay.
And basically, we've been doing this since 2007.
Okay, great. All right, and so I'm just gonna pretend I'm President Obama. Don't hit me or anything. Just I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions as if I'm the president. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So why should an individual be allowed to own something as destructive as an AR-15 or an assault rifle of any kind?
I would ask, where in the Constitution does it say we have the right to bear arms except AR-15s?
Okay, does that extend to any other kind of weapon, though? Does that extend to
Sure
missiles?
It does. I mean, I've heard that folks shouldn't have to, have the right to own a flamethrower or a tank or whatever, the F-16 or an F-15. And I would just say that, here's the point. If you ban folks from having any sort of weapon, you're taking away their fundamental right. That's a God-given right. People are under the impression that the government gave us our rights. It's incorrect, it's false, and it's a lie. We, the people, gave the government their power. And quite frankly, they've got too much power, and it's time to take that power back. We have the right to bear arms. That right shall not be infringed. That is our Second Amendment.
And also go to U.S. Code Title 10.
Yes, sir.
Section 311. That'll give you why you're still part of the militia.
That's right.
Are you 45?
41.
17 to 45 is the organized militia. Along with the National Guard's about this small.
Yeah.
And the Army's supposed to be that small.
Right. That's right.
You go to U.S. Code Title 10, Section 311. They'll give you the history. They'll give you a history of the militia in 1792. And then they go to legal and history of the militia.
Sure.
All right. I'm going after Governor Brown.
What's your name?
Jerry Laws.
Jerry.
I'm going after Governor Brown this year for breaking his oath for 5,000 times.
There you go.
All right. Wait, one more question.
State Constitution. When he breaks the federal Constitution, he breaks the state Constitution. But remember, you're always citizen of the state you're in.
That's correct.
Oh, there you go. All right. Good stuff. One more question. Are there any common sense gun control laws that you would support?
Well, sure there are, but that's stuff that we'd have to hash out. Look, you don't take the Constitution apart and ignore the Bill of Rights. I mean, this is the stuff that's absolutely what we're ending up with is tyranny here. You don't dismantle the Constitution, our ultimate rule of law that was handed down by God, it's natural law, and take that apart and remove our rights from us. Those are our rights, and those you can't. Look, we the people are standing up protecting those rights. That's why we're here. Okay? So yeah, there's things that we could agree on to help with gun violence, but I'll tell you what, the fact of the matter is that guns don't kill people. We've got to work on family, we've got to work on education, and we've got to work on possibly, looking at different aspects, like maybe mental health issues, something like that. Yes, I mean, we're not saying no to looking at options like that.
Do you support a background check for the mentally ill?
I don't know anybody that's going to come in and buy a gun and say, hey, I'm mentally ill, why don't you run a background check on me? But, it'd be great if that happened.
The NRA has for a long time supported a background check for that, a universal background check that would include, and then yet the ACLU and other advocacy groups won't let them do that. So is there anything that
you either want personal rights and personal freedom as a country, or you don't. And I mean, you gotta make a decision somewhere. You gotta figure out what side of the fence you're on. I know what side of the fence I'm on, and I know that I abide by the Constitution and I believe in it just as well as I believe in God. So as far as I'm concerned, those God-given rights, we're holding on to them.
Okay. All right, Mark?
Martin.
Martin. Okay. Good to see you. All right, Martin. Just pretend that I'm the president of the United States. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Number one, why should anyone be allowed to own an assault rifle?
Because it's our constitutional right.
Okay. Where in the Constitution does it say that you can own any kind of weapon that you want to own?
It says you have the right to bear arms. It doesn't specify what kind of arms they are.
Okay, so does that include like grenade launchers and missiles, things like that?
It includes anything that's for our welfare and our defense of our nation.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay. What about you know, the whole thing about clips that hold 30 rounds, 100 rounds? Are those really necessary for defense of our nation?
If the people that we are combating that are evil have them, we need to be able to combat them with the same force.
Okay, so why do you think that our government would ever become so evil that we would need something like that?
Because they don't put their trust in our Heavenly Father, our Jesus Christ, anymore. They think that they're our gods, and they want to be our gods and dictate everything for us. And they put us in a fear mode, which I am a believer, and it says in the Scriptures, "I have not given you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." So I don't need the government to protect me from those things. And our soldiers are good, but when they're directed in the wrong way, it's for evil and stuff. Especially, we have to go according to a Constitution, and the Constitution was fashioned after the Scriptures, and that's what I believe.
Okay, so if you believe that Jesus was a man of peace, then why would Jesus support something like this?
I think it would be to protect the innocent. To protect the innocent people, just like the Jews and the Nazis. There was a man called Dietrich Bonhoeffer during the Second World War, and he was a pastor, and all the churches even went against him, but he protected the Jews, or the God's chosen people. And I know he did it the best way he could and stuff. And he didn't use force, but he used God's ability the best way he could to save the Jewish people.
Okay, great. Thanks, Martin.
Okay.